Hey guys, it's Sarah here with Glam Finds. I'm here with another top 5, and not really top 5, only 5, really. These are 5 cheapies that I picked up from the House of Armaf. I'll tell you why I got them, how much I like them, and reactions to them. I'm going to start off with my first purchase. This one right here. It's Armaf Derby Clubhouse Blanche. This one is a clone of Silver Mountain Water. This is the only one that I actually bought because it was a clone. I originally actually bought a bottle of this for my brother-in-law who actually enjoys Creed fragrances. He has a couple of other ones, so I wanted to find a couple of stocking stuffers for him, and I thought, hey, why not throw one of these in there? So I bought it, and you know, when Christmas came around, he opened it, and when I smelled it from across the room, I was like, oh my god, that smells really, really good. So I need to buy a bottle for myself. The one thing I will tell you about this is it smells great from afar. For me, I feel like it projects a while. The only thing is if you spray it on yourself and then you immediately smell it, it has like kind of a weird, maybe dirty opening. But from here, like if you're spraying your wrist and you smell from here, it smells really, really good. So for this one, it has green tea, black currant, aquatic notes, orange, galbanum, sandalwood, and bergamot. I don't know that I pick up all those notes. I don't know what I pick up. It just smells really pleasant. Keep in mind, I do not have a refined frag heads nose. I just have a regular nose. I just know when something smells good. And this smells really good. This is more of like a casual wear for me if I'm going to work or just going out running errands for the day. It's not too fancy, but I do really enjoy it. Moving on to the next one, I have Off Craze. This one I bought because I was on Fragrance Buy and I needed one more thing in my cart, and this just happened to be hyped up at the time on YouTube because I'm always on that hype train. But it got hyped up on YouTube and they had one, I think it was like $16, 95% full open box, and I was like, whatever. And when I opened the box, it maybe had 2 sprays taken out from it. So I was like, okay. They said a lot of good things. They said this is a clone of Parfums de Marly Pegasus. I have not smelled that one, so I could not tell you how close or far away it is from that fragrance. And I will say that this one smells like, to me, just almond and vanilla, which is really pleasant. It does get a lot of compliments though, because I wore it to work. You only need to spray in the morning. I, in all fairness, do 5 sprays. I do neck, shirt, back of neck. I got a lot of compliments on this one. It just kind of projects and lasts a really long time. I mean, again, it's a full work day. Somewhere in the middle of the day, someone told me I smelled really good. So it's not one that I'm personally crazy about, but apparently it's a people pleaser, and that's what you get these things for. And for 16 bucks, I think it usually sells for around 25-ish, but for 16 bucks, I think this was a really good buy. So yeah, I really like that. That's Armaf Craze. The next one is Armaf The Pride for her. This one, I say wear whatever you want. I think everything is unisex. I will say though, it leans a little bit feminine. It is a clone of CH Good Girl. I don't own that one. I probably will buy that one still, but I haven't smelled it and I think it smells really similar. I do think most Armaf fragrances have really good longevity and projection, but out of all of the 5 that I'm going to show you right now, I think this one has the least. So I think it projects pretty well for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But longevity, I only get about 5 hours, which I don't think is bad, but for all the Armafs I have, this one has the least. I think it smells really pleasant, and I think in that first hour and a half to 2 hours, you will get compliments off of it. And again, I think it was like $25, and it does smell super similar to CH Good Girl. It's got that kind of cacao note, you got some white florals. It's just a really sweet one. It's not overly sweet though. So I think it's really good. So if you don't mind dropping $25 on something like that, I would definitely go for it. The next one gets compared to Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. I actually brought this one up on my Valentine's video. It is Club de Nuit Intense for women. Everyone says that this lands unisex. Got this one on the hype train. I didn't buy it because it was a clone, but I think it was Medi sent his channel. He was really promoting this one, and I was like, again, $25, I'll get it. And for me, I get so much similarity. I don't own Noir de Noir, I own Black Orchid, and for me this has a lot of similar notes to Black Orchid. I do not have a refined nose, but I think I smell the patchouli and like these cacao notes that I really enjoy. So for me, like if I'm going to a nice event or something, this works really well. And again, it lasts a really long time. This one's easily over 8 hours, and it projects for several hours on my skin, I will say. So I think it smells really good, and I think if you want something for like an evening event, probably cooler weather, I wouldn't order this when it's hot. I think it would be kind of one of those things that stands out like a sore thumb, and if you spray too much of this, it's gonna be a little obnoxious, so I wouldn't. However, I think it smells really good, and for the price, it's a really nice, kind of cheap, elegant perfume to have for an event. And then the last one, as you know, I've been on the hype train for most of these, so here we go again on this one, hype train. They were talking about how this is a clone of Creed Aventus, and obviously it's Club de Nuit Intense for man. Did I buy it because it's a clone? No, I actually didn't buy any of these because they were clones except Derby Clubhouse Blanche, because my brother-in-law likes Creeds, but this one I bought because they did a lot of, I think it's like crowd-pleasing reactions with a lot of different channels, and people really seem to like this one. Regular people, I'm not talking about reviewers. I try really hard not to buy stuff because reviewers like it, because I've done it before and their noses are refined. Mine isn't, so I don't always like the things that they're talking up. However, I do like this one. So what you smell, let me back up. What I smell is the pineapple and smoky notes, and I really like it. But on top of that, I think the people around me really enjoy it, which is why I wear this stuff, right? Like, you want to smell good. That's why I wear it. I know not everybody cares about compliments, but when I walk out of the door, I obviously put pride in my appearance. I like to look good, and if you're gonna look good, you might as well smell good. So I will say this, I think a lot of people like it. I do get more compliments from males than females, so I would say it maybe is along the same lines as Creed Aventus, because I believe that they say that it seems to be more geared towards men than women in terms of who's going to enjoy it, but I do think everyone's going to enjoy it. This is one of those ones that every time I go to work and I'm wearing this, I do get compliments and comments on it. I don't get it every time with everything I wear, and I don't have a huge collection like a regular review or anything. I have maybe 70 bottles right now. These are my cheapest ones for sure, but this is the only one that I wear and get complimented on every single time. And again, $25 for, I think it's like 105 milliliters, so you can't do better than that. So that's, if you're talking about bang for your buck, this is it right here. Now if you don't like clones, obviously you're not gonna like this. And I can't tell you how close it smells to Creed Aventus. Yes, I have smelled Creed Aventus, my brother-in-law owns it, but I've only smelled it like 1 or 2 times, so not enough to really give you the idea of how close this is. But in terms of how this smells, I think this smells great. I would recommend it to anybody. I think it's a really safe blind buy. I think this one was also one I threw in my cart because I buy a lot of things from fragrancebuy.ca, and you get free shipping if you have 5 or more items in your cart, and a lot of times I need like 1 or 2 because I kind of, I get the nicer designer things on there, and I just need a couple more things to fill my cart. I think that's actually why, other than the Derby Clubhouse Blanche, that's how I ended up with all the other Armafs, because I was like, okay, they're really hyped up. I only need 1 or 2 more things in my cart, let's throw that in there. So that is my Armaf collection. I do recommend, if you haven't tried these, they're really good blind buys, and if you need to throw something in your cart to meet shipping requirements, I think that they're really good options, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Most of them have really good performance, good longevity, and I think you have good sillage, as well as the projection. Honestly, they project better than a lot of the things that I spent closer to $100 on. And again, 25 or less. I think one of them I may have paid closer to 30, but the rest of them were pretty close to $20. So if you do need to meet those shipping requirements, I would personally say it's a safe blind buy. You may not agree with me, but for 25 bucks, you really can't go wrong. So again, this is Sarah logging off from Glam Finds. If you do like this content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or if you have any reviews that you want me to do, let me know, and I'll be back next week.